Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Yesterday on my blog, I was on a blog hop for the Stampin' Dreams blog hop. First time I've ever joined in that, and the theme was Christmas. So I showed this lovely Christmas box that I made, and I said I'd be back today with a video. So if you've come and to my YouTube channel for the first time because you saw that blog post, then welcome. And don't forget at the end of this tutorial to go and over to the blog and explore all the other lovely Christmas creations that people have done. It's a global blog hop, so I'm UK based, but there are demonstrators from all over the world showing their Christmas ideas. Okay, so beautiful box. Stay tuned and I'll show you how I made it. So I've got everything prepared to make my box. So I've got all the mats, and I've got the top and the base. Don't know if you can see, but one of them's a smidge smaller than the other. So this one is 8 by 8, and this one is a 16th short of 8 by 8, so 7 15/16. And this is extra thick whisper white, very vanilla even. And then I've cut some mats. All the measurements will be over on nigezza.co.uk, so don't worry about writing them down. But so for the top, we've got 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and the mat is 3.5 by 3.5. And then the 4 sides are all exactly the same size. So we've got 3 3/4 by 1 3/4, and then we've got 3.5 by 1.5. And I've used this beautiful brightly gleaming paper. Okay, so quite simple to put the box together because it's going to be a 2-inch depth. So we're going to score at 2 inches on all 4 sides, and the base and the lid will be made in exactly the same way. But because you've taken that 16th off it, then they should fit on top of each other really easily. That's the theory. It normally works out, so I have every faith that it will work out this time as well. So it's quite a simple box, but it does look really stunning. I did it a couple of years ago in a different colour, you know, with different paper, and it did look stunning. So I'm hoping this will as well. And so it's quite a nice size box, so 4 by 4 by 2, so you can fit quite a lot in there. Now you can stick the mats on before you put it together, but I'm just going to put it together actually. So I'm going to get my big scissors for this, which I didn't bring to the table because they're quite big cuts. So what I do, so you've got your score line there, so I just put my scissors against the score line, cut up, notch the side, and then notch that bit there with the bumpy score line out. And I rotate my boxes. It's up to you how you do that. I was just looking, my screen looked a little bit dark, and I was just a bit worried that this wasn't filming. So yeah, I rotate so that there is just one flap on each side of the box rather than 2 on 2 sides and none on 2 sides. I just find rotating round is the easier way of doing it. And I cut my flap going that way. I find it easier than cutting that way, to be honest. Right, so that's that. And then we do exactly the same for the lid. I'm just going to go ahead and just do it all. So with long scissors, it's really easy to just cut in one swoop. Stampin' Up don't sell big scissors. They did, and I think when I first catalogue ever saw, they sold big scissors. Ooh. But these were a Christmas present last year. And I've got this great big key ring on it, so I don't lose it. And a few people have bought these after being on team retreats. So, yeah, I like to put a bit of an identifier on it, because if you're crafting with 50 odd people, they've got the same scissors. It's easy to get them muddled up. Right. I am going to use fast fuse. You can use a strong tape like red liner tape or tear and tape, or wet glue. Tombow will do really well if you can get hold of it. We have got problems with it in the UK getting it. These problems are being worked through, so hopefully we will have some soon. So yeah, so then we just join the edges up together to make our box, and then fold that last flap in whilst I do this one. And that is the box done. And then I just take my bone folder to make sure we've got really good adhesion. And there you can see we've got a nice big box. Put lots in there. And then we do exactly the same with the other one. I might speed that bit up. So there they are, they're both done. You could, as I say, you could stick the panels on whilst they were flat, but actually I wanted to double check that they fitted. If you just stuck the panels on and they didn't fit, then it's only one piece of cardstock, whereas if you've wasted, if you stuck all the panels on and it didn't fit, you've wasted all that DSP as well. And I've only got enough to do this project because it's so lovely. I wouldn't be able to do it again. So that's the base, that's the lid. So this is the bit that we're going to mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the DSP to the mats first. I'm going to use Tombow for this. I just love this paper, it's so lovely. It has been low on stock, and I haven't checked if it's available right now. Hope it is. Or if you've lucky enough to got it, then you might want to try this project. When I did this before, and I had some paper with some gold in it, I matted it onto gold foil paper, and I could have matted this onto copper, except I don't have enough. So I thought I'd pick out one of the colours, and didn't have enough pretty peacock, so Night of Navy was the way to go. And actually I really love Night of Navy, so and I think the dark matte really helps it to stand out. just checking there I wasn't still filming in slow motion. I've done that before, filmed in slow motion, so then when I've uploaded it onto my Mac, I've had to slow it down and do a voiceover. So yeah, easily done. But as I'm looking at my phone, it actually looks quite dark, but it is new. Well, new to me, it's not new. And so I'm still not used to it. This is like the second thing I've filmed on it, I think. Might be the third, can't remember. So there we go. So that's all our lovely panels, and then we're going to stick them to the lid of the box. I'm just going to double check that is the lid before I stick it on the wrong side. Yeah, it is. Oh, I might stick a bit of Tombow down there because that is coming up just a tad. Right, so, and then we just sticking this on, so it doesn't actually take very long to make this. And I would definitely use a wet glue so you've got a bit of wigglage time. There you see, I think that looks stunning with the darker background. It probably would look lovely with the copper as well. So if you want to do that, then do so. So I'm just rubbing on the back there, so that is covered. And then we put them on the side. And it is the DSP that makes the box. I'm going to rub down on that. Keeping my Tombow upside down so the glue is there because we're coming to the end. You know, as soon as I said that, the flow stopped. It's like it read my mind. So I sat the other day and I just looked back through some of my projects and picked out some of my favourite ones, and I thought, oh, I can redo that. We've got some nice paper. And I really liked it, so I'm going to make it. And although I made the other box about 2 years ago, I've used it 2 Christmases in a row, and my children always give me back the gift boxes that I've made. So it's just the gift box that keeps giving. So this year they'll have one each. So you could put some chocolates and a gift card in a box like this. That'd be quite nice. Make a little envelope to match for the gift card. I might do that. Actually, I might make one as a follow-up project. Just thought of that. And of course, a box like this doesn't have to be for Christmas. It's could be for any occasion. Could be for a wedding if the wedding colours were like this. Make a nice little wedding present box, wouldn't it? And then what we need to do is to cut some thumb holes to make it easy squeezy to get off and on. So I've got a 1-inch punch here. So I'm just going to eyeball in the middle, go not quite, kind of using this line, so I'm not going quite to halfway. Well, I might go to halfway. Let's have a little look. Yeah, not quite halfway to punch that. It's going through 2 layers of cardstock, one of them thick, and some DSP, and then we'll rotate and do exactly the same on the other side. Eyeballing for the middle, making sure it's straight, not quite half. And squeeze. And that's our little thumb hole, so that the box, because when you've got the lid that's the same size as the base, you really need that thumb hole to help you get it off and on. So that's pretty in itself, but we have got, I'm just going to put the lid back on my glue. I was resting that in the centre section of my glue pot. We have got this beautiful ribbon, and this is what will enable it to be Christmas. So I'm not going to do a sentiment. I'm just going to wrap this lovely ribbon, or tie a bow, and it's got the sentiment on it. Going to twist that as I go around. So we get the words on both sides. One of them's upside down and one of them's the right way up, but that's okay. Quite like to pull that down so we've got the full Merry Christmas there, and I could twist that so that it comes out there Merry Christmas as well. It was like I planned it. So I just need to twist that a little tad. Sort of. Right. Let's pull it tight now. Try and decide if that's enough. I might, do you know, I want a bit more ribbon. Go a bit more that way. We have some beautiful retired ribbon that actually would look lovely with this as well. But I do like this ribbon. Let's move that knot to the middle a bit. There we go. That'll do lovely. I like to cut at the end of a word rather than halfway through, and then we can try and twist this a tad so that it will have the words on both sides. There, how pretty. So won't that look lovely, either on your Christmas table or under your Christmas tree, with all those Merry Christmases going around. Hope you like that. There will be a link up there to take you to the blog post with all the measurements and close-ups on it. Please like and subscribe if you've liked what you've seen. Press the bell and then you'll know whenever I've uploaded a video, which is on a Tuesday, a Friday and a Sunday, and then I usually do my Facebook Live replay on a Monday as well. You can check that out. Generally it's on a Wednesday lunchtime over on my Facebook page, Nigezza Creates, and go and explore some more. See you again soon. Bye-bye.